Alrighty, YouTube, welcome to one of the first collector side videos. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day today on this lovely Tuesday. If you haven't already, leave a like and subscribe. In today's video, I think the title kind of gave it away. We're going to go through 8 of the cards that I want to add to my collection at some point. We're going to go by cost and work our way up. Some have a little more sentimental value than others. Some of them are just really freaking cool. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. Alright, so the first card that we have on our list here is the Samurai IR from White Flare. Out of every card in this video, this is definitely going to be one of the more realistic pickups for me right now. It's not necessarily a cheap card, I would say, because it's sitting at, $51. But compared to what we're going to see later, this is something I could realistically trade for or pick up at a shop or at a vendor without completely destroying our collection budget. What really catches my attention with this card is just, I love how illustration rares really just put the Pokemon out in nature and make it just a natural looking card. I just really enjoy that about the artists and what they're doing with their cards. But yeah, this might not be the biggest card on the list, but it could honestly be one of the first ones I actually managed to add. The next card is around, a similar price, but this one has a lot more personal connection to me. And this next one is the Empoleon V alternate art from Battle Styles. Anybody who has subscribed to me or even has taken a second to look at my profile picture, Empoleon is my favorite starter Pokemon, and it might honestly be my favorite Pokemon in general. So it would only make sense that we get him on the list. I'm really surprised I don't have an Empoleon card yet, but I'm really working on it. I love how different this artwork feels. I really like how Empoleon is almost like training with this Mienshao, trying to be a little bit more graceful with how tanky he is. I think it's a really funny art style. It's currently sitting around $71, $72, which isn't bad. I honestly really want to try and get this in within the next 2 weeks. I think it's very manageable idea, but to be honest, just because it's Empoleon, I could see myself prioritizing getting this over Samurai. Okay, let's move on to the next one. This is kind of going to be continuing something we've already started building in our binder, which is this next one, which will be the Squirtle IR from 151. One of the main reasons I want this card is because of the other 151 cards I already have. I have basically the entire line. I have Wartortle and Blastoise in the binder right now, so I think just finishing off that evolution line and grabbing this Squirtle will be really cool and a really cool first page in the binder. Even without having those other 2 evolutions, this Squirtle card is just really freaking cool. I like how he's at the beach, he's looking out into the ocean, he's kind of looking beyond into the distance and seeing what he'll become. This card is the first one that breaks the $100 market price, which it's not bad. It's very worth it to me because, it's 151, it's a classic set and it's a classic Pokemon, so I mean, I understand the market price for it. It's still a very obtainable card for us, but I would probably want to find a good deal for it. I think I would probably try and get it for around $90, I think. Probably maybe use some trade packages for it, maybe get it for a little less, but yeah, this is definitely on my radar. But after this Squirtle, we're gonna be transitioning into major additions to the binder that would be very sick. First one up is Ethan's Ho-Oh EX. This is where the price starts to take a really big jump, but I think the artwork does a great job of making this card feel special. I think Ho-Oh has a really cool classic design for a legendary, which is why I think people really just like it so much. Adding Ethan into the artwork, I think makes this whole thing tie together really well. Yeah, this card's sitting around 192. It was sitting a little bit higher, so I think 192 isn't a bad pickup for it. This is probably not a card I would just casually purchase. This would have to take a little bit of thinking and a really good deal to come across for me to do it. But honestly, if I saw a very clean copy at a card show or at my local card shop and I had the right trade package available to bring the price down a little bit, I would definitely not leave it there. I would probably pick it up. And then staying with this Destined Rivals trend, the next card features one of the most popular trainers in the entire Pokemon series, I think. Our next one is Cynthia's Garchomp EX. I don't know about you guys, but my first ever Pokemon game was Pokemon Platinum, and I kid you not, Cynthia beat the shit out of me numerous times, and this Garchomp was the sole reason. Garchomp was such a hard fight. I think this artwork encapsulates the feeling whenever I was a kid of whenever I was fighting Cynthia for the first time, just how intimidating of a trainer she is, and just how much of a beast her Garchomp is. Unfortunately, the market price also agrees that it's an intimidating card because it's sitting around 273, which is insane. It's a crazy card. This would be my most expensive card in my collection for sure. This would be a major pickup. I would definitely need to sell a few cards and put together a strong like trade package for this card. It's not impossible, but it's definitely not a card I wouldn't just pick up linearly. I would definitely have to plan ahead a little bit. The next one after this is a major chase, but this time we're going back to the black and white era, which is Zekrom EX. And truthfully, Zekrom is my favorite out of the two of Reshiram in him. It's definitely one of my favorite legendary designs of all time. This card is currently sitting around 286, which isn't bad. It's around the same as Cynthia's Garchomp, so it's not too big of a price difference. It's about $10. It's another card just like Cynthia's Garchomp where I would have to be very patient with a card this expensive. Condition would have to very much matter. I would only get a near mint copy of this. I would not get LP or MP, obviously. Yeah, I would definitely add this to my personal collection. Now we're stepping into the realm of the final two cards, and these ones are on a completely different level. These are ones that I'm just hoping I can eventually get one day. The second to last card then is the Lugia V alternate art from Silver Tempest. This card doesn't need much of an introduction. People who don't really collect know this card. It's just iconic, I think. The artwork is definitely one of the biggest reasons I want it. So I would say, let me break it down. My favorite top 5 legendaries ever is Lugia, Zekrom, Ho-Oh, Giratina, and Rayquaza. So this is like another one of those that feels very personal to me because I played through Soul Silver and it was my favorite one of all time. Platinum was my first game ever, but Soul Silver was my absolute undisputed favorite. So this means a lot more to me to possibly get this Lugia. The most difficult thing though is obviously the price. If we look over to our right here, it's $525, but for good reason. It's an iconic Pokemon and it's an insane card. I would definitely need to build up funds for a little bit and make a lot of trades to build up a pretty good trade package, because I don't think I would try and get this card unless I would give up half the price for it with a trade package. But definitely adding this to the binder would feel really, really, really good. And then this brings us to the final card, which is obviously the most expensive card on the list and probably the biggest dream addition to the binder right now, and that would be Mega Dragonite EX from Ascended Heroes. This card is on a completely different level from anything else that we've seen in the video. This is just a grail that I hope I stumble across one day. I don't think I'm ever going to be in the position to spend this much money on a Pokemon card. But yeah, Dragonite is like already one of the most loved Pokemon. It was the first Gen 1 Dragon type, which made it so sick. I remember my first playthrough of Soul Silver, I saw a Dratini in the, Voltorb flip? Yeah, the Voltorb flip. I spent hours getting coins for that, opened it, got it, and it was a shiny Dratini. So my first playthrough of this game ever, I had a shiny Dragonite, which was the coolest thing ever to me. So yeah, this card would easily become one of the biggest cards in my entire collection, but obviously the problem is that it currently costs, $806, which is absolutely insane. So realistically, this is just a long-term goal. It would take a lot of successful trades, sales, and patience before I would feel even remotely comfortable adding something like this. I'm also not very interested in forcing any of these cards that we see here, like these ones here. I would probably stop at Ethan's Ho-Oh. I think the other 3 are very attainable, but these ones, I would definitely have to have a really good deal come across for it. But they're all definitely possible. We can slowly trade up and find the right collection deal, or reaching a point where the Pokemon Fund can really and truthfully support it. And I want these cards to feel earned. I don't want to just buy them willy-nilly. Out of all 8 cards, this is probably the hardest one to imagine adding soon, but it would also be the most exciting to me. But yeah, these are the 8 cards I want to add to my binder the most right now. We're definitely still in that early stage of building up an inventory, but I definitely feel like we could snag these two right here in the very near future, probably Empoleon over Samurott first. But yeah, I've been having a lot of fun collecting, like, and making the shorts and updating you guys. It's been a really fun journey so far. I'm trying to think of other ways to where I can incorporate what I'm doing in long form videos. I feel like maybe I'll start recording myself after a trade or something at the local card shop and see what I might potentially do and post it with you guys, and then like update the prices of how much we're working with and like what kind of lots we can go after to you know, build up the collection, because I want you guys to feel a part of the journey. I don't want to just keep updating you guys. I want to feel like I have a community where we're building a binder together almost. But yeah, as the collection continues growing, I'll come back to this list and see how many of these goals I was able to complete. Honestly, this wraps it up right now. I'm glad you guys could stick around and hang out and kind of check out what I was thinking about the binder and the grails that I want to hit. If you guys haven't already, once again, leave a like and subscribe. I'm going to try and be as consistent as possible because I'm having a really fun time creating shorts and eventually longer form videos. Thank you guys. I will see you in the next video. Have a great day. Peace and love.